All right, everybody. So I need to modify the Vans oil cooler. This mounts against the firewall. This is the standard Vans oil cooler. But I'm going to be doing cold air induction. So it's about an extra 30 horsepower. I'm going to be doing slightly higher compression cylinders. Just 9-to-1 instead of 8.5-to-1. Nothing crazy, but it is recommended that you have a bigger oil cooler. So I think it's normally the 2006 X is what Vans sends with their firewall forward. This is from Airflow Systems, but they recommend, well, it is recommended that you upgrade to the 2007 X with a slightly higher horsepower engine. And here's a modification that you have to do to get it to fit, and I'll show you in a second. So basically, it mounts, I should have used two cameras, or two hands, someone help me, but basically it mounts roughly like this, but because this one's longer, it sticks over the edge a little bit. So you just fashion up an angle bracket. I think this is a 3/4 by 3/4 by 0.63. I just had some scrap. You cut out that little hole there or trim it out, and then that fits right in there. And so then I will do my 3 nut plate holes in here instead of, I forgot to show you, where is that piece? So basically, I forgot to show you this. You cut this out. So this used to be here, and that would fit the standard oil cooler, but you basically cut that out, clean it up in here. I still need to do a little more cleaning, but clean that up in there. Put this right here. I'm gonna rivet that in, and then now you'll see the oil cooler mounts more like that. And that's it, simple modification. I am ordering from, I think it's TCW. They make those like push type servos. I'm gonna put a butterfly vane on here with a dampener valve that kind of opens and closes like that. And then somewhere on the firewall or here, I'll have to look, you mount a servo that actuates it, so then I can have a knob in the airplane. Probably a little overkill. I don't really fly in super cold weather, but I do plan to have oxygen and be flying at high altitude. And so it has been also suggested that when you're at low cruise settings at really high altitudes at 14,000 feet on a cold day, you'd still want to keep your cylinder head temperatures up to a reasonable temperature. And so this is supposed to be a very effective oil cooler, and you want to be able to close off some of the airflow to keep those temperatures up if you need. The last thing I'm going to do here is a vane that they recommend. It's not on their website, but let me show you this, or you could ask them. The instructions are on their website, but the template is not. So this is the template they sent me, and here are the dimensions: 6.5 inches by 3 inches with a 1 inch lip after the break. So I'm going to basically cut this to 6.5 by 4. There's the bend angle, and then that kind of mounts. If you can imagine, I'm going to use this. This is from the tunnel that I cut out. This is not there, but it kind of mounts in here, splits the air in half, and then bends down. And what that does is, they've done some testing, is that right now, I guess because of the pressures, like a lot of the air hits half of the air cooler. I don't remember if it's the bottom half or the top half, but by splitting the airflow that comes in, it keeps the air cooler working more effectively. So half of the air goes to the bottom half, half of the air goes to the top half. So that's another mod that I will be doing here on the oil cooler. And then it's super nasty outside. Hard to tell. It was thundering like crazy last night, so all my son's baseball's canceled. Man, a good IFR practice day right now. No convection right now. I don't think it's really gonna rain anymore, but just a nice good cloud layer. Except my 182 is on vacation with somebody. Otherwise, I would be flying with a safety pilot right now. But I'm gonna, hopefully if it stays dry for a while, I'm gonna prime these last few parts for the tunnel and get those put inside, or get those mounted up. So depending on what order I edit this video, maybe these are already primed and installed, maybe they're not, but there you go. Oil cooler modifications. Okay, I got the oil cooler box modifications done. So all I have to do now is do the nut plate holes for the oil cooler, so I'll do that in a second. I just wanted to film this video. I've got the baffle in. So basically, you can see I I cut out the angle stock for this, and then drilled in the 5 holes. I think I did 4. I didn't do anything where it's curved, and I did 1 on this side. And then for the baffle, see I've got smaller angle stock here, and then 1 here. Thing on this side, and so now when you look at it, kind of splits the airflow in the middle and then pushes it roughly to the middle. Not perfect. It's a little harder to get this bend here than I had planned, but I think I did pretty good. It's actually better than it looks. It's just the angle that you're looking at it when you look at it more square. But anyways, don't think it needs to be perfect. But this is, the modification is complete and ready to go. And so yeah, so then the oil cooler box gets mounted here, and then this gets mounted against the firewall. There you go. Okay, it's all done. Obviously I need to get the nut plates on here and get the mounting hardware for this, but it's all done. All modifications are done. Ready to go. Now I just got to review the instructions. I know this gets dimpled. I know that the bracket, there's a little angle bracket back here that has to get dimpled. I think it has me dimple these. Not sure why. But I'm going to review the instructions on that and see. It's going to be hard to dimple those because they're doubled up. I guess I could dimple them. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But I'll review the instructions. And then there you go. Just wanted to show you kind of what it all looks like when it's all done and all the mods are ready to go. Okay, I've said it a bunch of times, but now it's really done. Riveted, done, all riveted up and done. Could not be happier with it. Came out better than I thought. Looks great, sturdy, solid. It's gonna be awesome.